Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Idam Tute Guhyatamam Pravakshyami Anusuyave Jnanam Vijnana Sahitam Yagyatva Mokshase Shubha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjun, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence. Right? So every word of this verse is very, very special. Right? So we will speak on all the words of this verse. So first of all, Prabhupada speaks about this particular phrase, Sri Bhagavan Vacha, right? Bhagavan. He is not saying Krishna Vacha, he's saying Sri Bhagavan Vacha. That means Krishna is Bhagavan. And what do you mean by Bhagavan? Who is Bhagavan? Who is Bhagavan? Yes, one who has all Bhaga. Bhaga means all opulences, right? There are 6 kinds of opulences. What are they? Wealth, knowledge, strength, beauty, then renunciation, and one more, fame. Wealth already said, and fame. These are 6 qualities, 6 bhaga. And anyone who has these opulences becomes attractive. Anybody who is wealthy becomes attractive. Anybody who is beautiful becomes attractive. Anybody who is strong becomes attractive. Anybody who is famous becomes attractive. What else? Anybody who is renounced becomes attractive. So these 6 opulences makes everyone attractive. But one who has 100% of them is Bhagavan. You know, all the opulences he has in full, 100%, not a percent less. So Krishna is one who possesses all these opulences in full. Shada Aishwarya Purna. Right? And this Aishwarya of the Lord is eternal. It's not like Aishwarya of this world. For some time you have it and from other time someone else has it. No. Krishna has it full. Unlimited opulence. And he stands out. He stands out. He is the source of all the various avatars, all the devatas, and everyone. So everyone basically is only getting their strengths and powers from Krishna. But who is the owner of the whole thing? The Supreme Lord. So here when we are speaking, when we are hearing Bhagavad-gītā, we have to understand that we are hearing from a personality who is the supermost personality. Everything actually comes from Krishna. When this, it is said before the whole existence, Krishna was there. And after the whole existence collapses, Krishna is there. Origin of all origins. That means everything comes from Krishna. Janmadi yasya yatah. Yes. But Krishna is the source of everything. And someone who is the source of everything is this personality. Right? So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that Krishna, though he is everything, he has these 4 qualities that makes an intelligent person worship him and no one else. Right? Krishna has so much of opulence and so much of wealth, but he also has very beautiful heart. Sometimes people have a lot, but they may not have a kind heart. So Krishna has 4 qualities that makes a devotee only endear to him and no one else. Hare Krishna. So the 4 qualities are Krishna is Bhaktavatsala. Say that. he is Kṛtajña, he is Samartha, and he is Vādānyaya. Vādānyaya. The qualities of Krishna. The first quality of Krishna is he is Bhaktavatsala. What? Yeah. Bhaktavatsal means, Rai Shampoo is giving an example, just like a mother cow gives birth to a calf. When the child is given, the calf falls to the ground and becomes dusty. The little baby. So immediately the mother cow will lick the baby off the dust, right? And make it fully clean with its tongue. He says, similarly, someone who becomes a devotee of Krishna even chants Hare Krishna one time to be connected to Krishna, then Krishna takes full responsibility of cleansing that person, he or she, of the full dirt and deliver that person. This is what it means by Bhaktavatsala. That means when you commit in a relationship with Krishna, Krishna takes full commitment for the devotee's deliverance. Make sense? Krishna will do the same. Yes, why not? Krishna's love is not only, no, Krishna's love is very, very, it's not like, yes. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Jharikhanda on his way to Sri Vrindavan Dham, he started doing Sankirtan like we were doing. And when he did Sankirtan, that Charan Pahadi is still there. When he started doing Sankirtan, there were tigers, there were deers, and there were elephants, and so many. And they all started chanting Hare Krishna and dancing in ecstasy of love of Godhead. And the lion and the tiger were embracing deers and kissing each other in love. No envy. Usually, a tiger, if it sees a deer, does it want to kiss it? No, it wants to eat it up. But by doing kirtan, everyone actually aroused to the spiritual reality of love and no envy. Yes, they got rid. They got rid. So that place is still there as Charan Pahadi, where the footprints of the animals and the Lord is there. They have still preserved it like a heritage place in Jharkhand near Ranchi. Right? You been there? Maybe sometime. Yes, definitely, definitely. We were talking the other day. The holy name is so powerful that the moving and the non-moving, everyone gets affected. Just like when we're chanting Hare Krishna, it's not only all of us who are sitting in the room are getting benefited. Every microorganism, every germ, every insect, everyone is getting overwhelmed by Krishna consciousness because this is the frequency of the soul, right? So all of them get blessed. So the first quality of Krishna is committed in a relationship. If you become a devotee, what is commitment of Krishna? What is his commitment? Just like the baby calf falls to the ground. Yes, that means to help you perfect your life, Krishna takes commitment. He never leaves you in between. That's the point. He will wait for you in case you're not going to get along so easily, but he will never let go. That's called Bhaktavatsala, right? It's said just like when the devatas were discussing about Ravana. Ravana has to be, killed because he's creating so much havoc. So Shivji was sitting in meditation there. And then Mother Parvati said, "Aapke chele ke bare mein discussion ho raha hai. Discussing about your shishya." And Lord Shiva did not so much pay a heed. And later, when he was plotted, he said, Vinashakale Viprita Buddhi. Why did he do something unfavorable like kidnap Mother Sita and things? So you see that Ravana was not kind of saved. But if it is for Krishna, anyone who surrenders to him, he will do whatever is required to deliver that personality. He will never give up in commitment in that relationship. That is Krishna's commitment in relationships. The most important thing in relationships is commitment. Many times, people today, Kali Yuga especially, the moment the enjoyment between two personalities gets affected, the commitment becomes weak. But in love, whether or not you get an advantage, you become committed. So Krishna's commitment is through lifetimes for the deliverance of his devotee. So this aspect of Krishna's being so personally connected with his devotee for his deliverance wins the heart of the devotee. That means I am unqualified, but Krishna, you're qualified. In the relationship, I may be unqualified, but you're qualified and you will help me cross over. That's called Bhaktavatsala. Krishna gets obliged by his devotee. That is the first quality. So why should anyone worship anyone else than Krishna? Second quality of Krishna is grateful. Kṛtajña. Kṛtajña means he's grateful. In Kali Yuga, in the modern world, we are very ungrateful. People do so many wonderful things for us. They do something wrong after doing so many wonderful things. We say, "You're a rascal. Why did you do that?" We just forget all the good things they have done in our lives, and we only remember what unpleasantry they have created in our lives. And we become emotionally overwhelmed and disturbed. Isn't that so? Even in close relationships, if you reflect on what they have done for us, your heart will melt to not take the situation very seriously. But because we do not reflect on the good that has been done to us, we become very disturbed. Why did they do this to me? So we are not grateful. That's why we are sad. The reason people are very sad is because they're not grateful. That's why they cannot be peaceful. Isn't that so? The moment you express your gratitude to a person, then you will not misdeal with them. Isn't that so? Immediately you'll feel that's okay for all that wonderful thing that this person has done for me. This is not okay. No need. No need to get angry and intolerant. And how is Krishna grateful? Anything you do to Krishna, Krishna never forgets it. He remembers it at all the times. So if a person is grateful, he'll always remember, oh, this person, he did this for me. This person, oh, he did this for me. He always has this aspect of what the other person did for you as the first principle of reflection, and then goes through all the other things. That is called gratitude. So Krishna is grateful. Whatever little thing, it's like, we do a little thing in devotion and we may have done all the other things unfavorable. Krishna only sees the little thing of devotion we did, put it on the first track and say, oh, you're so wonderful. Śukadeva Gosvāmī says, Vidura is discussing, he's saying that, when Putana comes as a mother to breastfeed Krishna, Krishna becomes grateful to Putana that you wanting to feed me milk. But then she wanted to feed poison. But she also had some attitude of wanting to feed Krishna milk. So Krishna becomes so grateful for that portion of devotion. And in gratitude, Krishna says, you become my Dhatri, assistant to Mother Yashoda in the spiritual world. Can you imagine? Someone who comes to kill you, you write your whole property in their name. Makes sense? No. Mother Yashoda is already there. But she's made an assistant to Mother Yashoda. Isn't it like something like that? You're giving your estate rights. Someone comes to kill you, sign off. You can handle my estate. That's Krishna. Krishna is so grateful. Mother Draupadi, uh, in the Indraprastha, when Krishna had a transcendental bleeding, she immediately tore her costly, and imagine queens of Hastinapur, it's golden embroidery, I believe. Like it'll not be crores, it may be in billions. The costume they're wearing, and she did not pay any heed of the costly wearing. She just tore a portion of it and tied it on Krishna's finger. And Krishna said, "My dear Krishna, Draupadi, I will reciprocate with every shred of this." And what happened? When Draupadi was to be disrobed in the Kuru Sabha, Krishna sent unlimited sari. Dushasan had arms of strength 10,000 elephants. And imagine, what is Draupadi going to be capable of? But Krishna sent so much sari that Dushasan became tired. Can you imagine? Because Krishna is very grateful. Anything we do for Krishna, Krishna puts that as the first. Like first time Krishna would meet us back in the spiritual world, he's going to say, "Yes, I know you came to the programs and you were preaching and you're doing this." He's not going to remember all the colorful things we did. They'll be afterwards in the list. Just like, when we look at people, because we're not so grateful, we look at what they have done not so good or misdealt with us in the reflection of seeing them. Oh, yes, he misdealt with me. Oh, you know, she said that or he said that. We remember that. And that's why our capacity to show affection becomes affected. Isn't that so? But Krishna, he only will showcase in his consciousness the good things we have done, and he will only remember that, so that his love for us, and he will not only just shower our love but reciprocate unlimitedly, because Krishna is very grateful. The third quality of Krishna is Samartha. Obviously, Krishna has unlimited qualities, but these are like, from the ocean, we're removing few qualities and talk. Krishna is Samartha. Samartha means Samarth. That means capable, full of abilities. Sandipani Muni, when he finished the schooling of Krishna and Balaram said, "I want to give Guru Dakshina." He said, "What Guru Dakshina?" So when Krishna and Balaram asked Sandipani Muni to ask for Guru Dakshina, Sandipani Muni said, "Let me discuss with my wife." Because Krishna and Balaram are not ordinary people. So discussed with his wife and said, "You should ask something from Krishna so that Krishna will become glorified by that asking." Sandipani Muni comes back and says, "Please bring back my son who had died long back." He asked Krishna. And immediately Krishna Balaram went to Yamlok. And Yamlok, they blew the conch. Krishna blew a conch shell. And immediately when he blew the conch shell, the vibration of the conch shell created AC effect for all the people who are being punished in the Yampuri. They were like, "What happened? It has turned out to be like, all the suffering is gone." Why? Because Krishna is there. And then so Yamaraj comes and says, "What about it, Krishna? You're here." He says, "My Guru's son is with you. Please bring him to me. I want to take him back." So now Yamaraj may think, "Oh, see, whoever is in business does not like to have different dealings in business. Like, your friend may be, or your relative may be like, he's your relative, but he's a businessman. So if you ask the businessman a deal, will he ever change the deal? कि तुम मेरे रिलेटिव हो तो तुमको मैं कम में दे दूंगा. He says no. उसकी वृत्ति कभी, well, I will give you in charity, but not in a loss-making deal. Right? The businessman, it will be difficult for him to do something against his vritti, that I made a loss-making deal. Makes sense what I'm saying? So Yamaraj may be thinking, "My dear Lord, how can you take him? I need to punish him. I need to punish the son of Sandipani. How can you take him? ये तो मेरा आदमी है, मेरे account में है. I'm supposed to give him. So Krishna says, no problem, Yamaraj, uska jo bhi khata hai mere khate mein dal. Right? You're concerned about his khata, uska khata mere khate mein jod do. I'll take responsibility of it. Yamaraj says, fine, no problem. So Krishna is Samartha and he brings back the child. Right? He brings back the 6 sons of Devaki who were killed. They were in Sutala with Bali Maharaj. And later when Arjuna was trying to protect the sons of Brahmana, in the whole universe they could not find the sons. Arjuna said, if I cannot protect the sun, I will enter fire. Arjuna had this style always. So the next day he could not protect the sun and he wanted to enter fire. Krishna said, no, my dear friend, let's go search him out. So on the chariot, they went to the 14 planetary systems and the sons of Brahmana were not there. So Krishna on the chariot with the horses took Arjuna out of the universe. And where were the sons? They were in Maha-Viṣṇu Loka with Maha-Viṣṇu. Maha-Viṣṇu wanted to take darshan of Krishna. So he created a trickstery, like Leelas, because he knew only one person. If Arjuna is put into trouble, Krishna will, for protecting Arjuna, come here to give me darshan. And Krishna is Samartha, he went to Maha-Viṣṇu Loka, crossing the universe. Maha-Viṣṇu Loka means, from the Vishnu from whose ports all the universes come out. He is Maha-Viṣṇu, right? So he went to his abode. You can imagine. So Krishna is Samartha. There's nothing that he cannot do. Right? He can do the impossible. That's Krishna. And the 4th quality of Krishna is Bādānyaya. Bādānyaya means merciful, compassionate, or you can say magnanimous. Magnanimous, matlab dildar aadmi. Right? A big-hearted person. That means even if you have no qualification, because he is kind, he blesses you. He doesn't need a qualification from our end to bless you. Because why he blesses you? Because he is magnanimous. Right? Like Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya, Lord Krishna, is very merciful. We have no qualification what to say in Kali Yuga, but still he is making each and every one of us recipient of mercy. The qualification you need to get mercy of Krishna is no qualification. Make sense? One who is not qualified becomes qualified for mercy. Because if you're qualified, then how can it be mercy? Make sense? If you're qualified, is it mercy? Like, you're supposed to give something to somebody. So you're supposed to. So then that cannot be said, you're merciful ki tumne de diya. Matlab, maybe you don't give, but you have given, so he feels merciful. That's not mercy. Mercy means he's not supposed to get it, but because you're kind, you give it. Kali Yuga, it is said, if you're not qualified, then you're qualified. But if you think you're qualified, then you're not qualified. Make sense? Do you understand what I say? Yeah, that means if you admit that मैं पतित हूँ, then you become qualified. But you're patit, but you say हम तो कुछ है. दम्भ जो करेगा उसको कृपा मिलना मुश्किल होगा. Make sense? But one who is honest, oh, I need your mercy. Humility. Krishna is Bādānyaya, gives unlimited. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami say these 4 qualities of Krishna makes a person to only surrender to Krishna and no one else. because so Krishna is so obliged by his devotees. These are his qualities, right? So Krishna is supremely great and Krishna is supremely sweet, right? His greatness brings us with that awe and veneration, attract us to Krishna, and his sweetness attracts our heart. Of Krishna is being so heartfelt, right? Usually it's not necessary. People who are influential are also having this kind of kindness in their heart, but Krishna is like that. So such a personality, Krishna is speaking to Arjuna here. The point that we're trying to say is, who is the person who is speaking? A person filled with unlimited influence and unlimited love. Sri Bhagavan. This Bhagavan may be used for many people in the Bhagavatam, but the place it fits the most is Krishna. And all the other incarnations, they are expansions of Krishna. Krishna is not an expansion of anyone, right? Everyone expands from Krishna, right? He is the supermost. So that is the first thing Prabhupada clarifies about Krishna, and he is speaking the most confidential knowledge. So it is said, idam tute. So guhya means confidential. Guhya tara means more confidential, and guhya tama means most confidential. So this chapter 9 of the Gita is guhya tama, right? So now the question will come, then what is guhya knowledge, and what is guhya tara knowledge, and what is guhya tama knowledge? So there are many ways of understanding. So guhya knowledge is the knowledge of, Ātma-tattva. What is guhya knowledge? By the way, what do you mean by confidential knowledge? Yes, what is confidential? Yes, it's something, it's a matter of heart. Something which you will only let very few people know. It's like secret. So this is the supreme secret. So there is secret, more secretive. Right? Secret, more secretive, most secretive. This is the most secretive aspect of Krishna's heart. You know why? Why this is the most secretive? Because someone who gets clue to this, then gets clue to making Krishna. No. Krishna becomes sold out to such a person. Krishna is speaking. You already know it. It's going to be said in a more, clear way here. This knowledge, if you know, you can purchase Krishna. Make sense? Someone who has all the opulences, someone who has all the sweetness, Krishna is going to tell you something by which you can purchase him. The key to that, isn't it? Nobody is going to tell you the means by which you can defeat them. Right? Just like when Duryodhana and Bhima were fighting, nobody was getting defeated. And at that time, Krishna gave him indication. Because Krishna knew that that is the only vulnerable place of Duryodhana. Because Mother Gandhari, and Krishna is involved even in that episode, So he knew the secret. So nobody is going to tell the secret because you will get defeated. Isn't it? So Krishna is going to share the secret so that he is going to be defeated and purchased. So there is secret, and most secret. So what is the secret? What is the secret? What Krishna reveals in the Gita? The secret is the knowledge of Atma, Ātma-tattva. Ātma-tattva. One who becomes awakened in Ātma-tattva, he is the best person in the world. Yes. All of us Yeah, one who becomes awakened in Ātma-tattva is the best person in this world. Becomes the best person. Everyone wants to become influential, famous, and the best. Yes? So who is the most best person? One who has got revealed of this Ātma-tattva. So Ātma-tattva means a person understands that I'm not this body. I'm spirit soul. And this whole world is Krishna's Shakti. Right? So a person who has actually understood this Ātma-tattva, for him, all the other subject matters will go to the background. And only the activity of the spirit soul will be the foreground. Parikshit Maharaj and Śukadeva Gosvāmī are conversing. And Śukadeva Gosvāmī in the beginning tells Parikshit, everybody in this world, O Raja, Shrotavyadi, Rajendra, Ninam, Sahasrashah. He says, my dear Raja is Parikshit. The whole world is busy in thousands of subject matters. Thousands and thousands of subject matters. But none of the subject matter is about Ātma-tattva. Apashyatam Ātma-tattvam. Griheshu grihamedhina. He says, everybody in this world is talking about thousands of subject matters. Isn't it? Everybody has a subject matter they're talking and discussing. Śukadeva Goswami says people are discussing thousands and thousands of subject matter, but apashyatam Ātma-tattvam. Apashyatam means वो देखते नहीं. क्या नहीं देखते? आत्म-तत्व को. क्यों? Griheshu grihamedina. Because they are lost in the whirlpool of material life. Yes, that is the point. One who knows Ātma-tattva and he has realized, for him all the other subject matters will not become the matter of discussion. His only subject matter of life will be pursuing Ātma-tattva. How to spiritually grow. That would be the main subject matter of that person. That means he has understood the game. He has understood the game that identifying with the body and the subject matters of the body is being in the jail. And understanding I'm not the body, I'm soul, and I need to get out of the jail. He's going to make it out. That's how he's the best person. Right? So Prabhupada says that everybody in this world is completely absorbed in, he says, Sutamita Ramanicha. He says it's involved in society, friendship, and love. Everybody is absorbed. And subject matters dealing with all the interactions and enjoyment. That is the absorption of everybody. And every subject you take, that's how it works. Right? Tens and thousands of subjects. Right? The knowledge that we have a reality beyond our material self, that does not awaken. Does it awaken by situations? Now, there was a plane crash. 250 people. Now, we travel by plane. And we must have traveled by plane maybe after that also. But seeing such an episode of a demise of 250 people, how many people's Ātma-tattva gets awakened? Right? Maybe they say Air India, or that problem, this problem. There was something as an earthquake somewhere, some calamity somewhere. How many people do get awakened? Yes, but nobody gets awakened. So nobody gets to the Ātma-tattva substantially in their lives, right? That's why we obviously all the spiritual knowledge, you need the association and the quest. So first of all, nobody in this world has a quest. They have quest only for the material absorptions. And he says society, friendship, and love, it is compared to like a drop in a desert, right? That means the amount of fulfillment we want is like a desert's thirst for water. What is a desert's thirst for water? How much? So that it becomes it becomes cultivatable. How much? Unlimited. Now you go and take a drop in a syringe and put a drop. Will it satisfy the desert's quench? He says, similarly, the soul's desire for fulfillment and happiness is like ocean because of its experience with Krishna, right? But what the experience we get out of the world is a drop. And one may say, but still the drop is so much, Prabhuji. It's not so less. Right? Now I'm saying, but still, you may say, the world that we experience joy, Prabhu, it's not a drop. It seems to be good. It's not so much. The point is very simple. The point is simple. Only a person who has experienced a high can understand that what he's missing, isn't it? Somebody who has experienced a higher truth of experience of happiness can know that I'm being cheated, right? If all that we are experiencing is the drops, we think maybe that's life. There's nothing beyond it. Kabhi khushi, kabhi gum. Yahi duniya hai. But when you understand the oceanic ecstasy that we are a part of, isn't it? Then we understand. Just like the example is given of Indra. Indra was once cursed to become a pig. I told you this story sometime. Indra was cursed to become a pig. You know who is Indra? Do you know who is Indra? Indra is the king of heaven. King of heaven. Highly influential personality. Something the devatas do, the whole human race gets affected, right? Like the Navagrahas. One effect of one devata, everyone's kundli changes. This is the influence of the devatas. And the king of them is Indra, right? And Indra once was cursed to become a pig. And so the post of Indra became empty. So the devatas went to Brahmaji and said, Brahmaji, please bring Indra back. And Indra was staying in a sewage. Obviously, pigs stay in sewages, and he was with a piglets, and they were swimming through the drains, eating stool and urine, and having fun and great time. Now we are feeling so difficult, but he's relishing. So Brahmaji came to the sewage and said, Indra! He said, let's go back to Indraloka. He said. What did Brahmaji said? Let's go back to Indraloka. And Indraloka means what? Amaravati, what not. Matlab, you imagine, and a million times more than that is Indraloka. And where is Indra right now? In the sewage. And Brahmaji has brought him a proposal. Post is khali. Let's go back. And Indra looks at his family in the drainage and his little piglets. And he says, Ye sab chodat kahi nahi jaun. Ye sab chodat pran parao. Indra says, ये सब छोड़ के मैं कहीं नहीं जा सकता. इसे छोड़ना है तो बेटर मेरे प्राण ही चले जाए. Who is telling this? The pig. Indra, who has become a pig. Now tell me, is there any calibration of enjoyment in the sewage and enjoyment in heaven of Indra. It's a big difference. But what is the pig saying, Indra? Brahmaji is coming and giving offer. Then Indra said, "No, sir, I am attached. I cannot go. मैं नहीं जा सकता. ये दुनिया, ये जिंदगी, ये लम्हे, इन्हें छोड़ के मैं नहीं जा सकता." Then Brahmaji said, "This fellow is not going to listen by words." He took out his sword right in front of the pig. He killed the she pig. He was, and then he killed his piglets, you know. And then Indra was like aghast. And then he took the sword and put it on the chest of the pig Indra and said, "Amravati chaloge, ya tumhe bhi khatam kar dein. Better I go to Amravati." There he's back, and his wife Shachi is waiting for him in Indraloka. Right? So now this is one of the way you can understand that what we deserve and what we have partaken of. It's like we deserve an ocean and we have partaken of a tiny speck of a drop. And that is why we do not feel happy and satisfied. Because our experience of enjoyment is unlimited. That's why you see whatever enjoyment you experience, it's not like satiated. You're looking for more. That's why what do people say? Ye dil mange more. Why dil mange more? Because we have experienced more. We have experienced Krishna's association, who is more pankadhari. So we are looking for Krishna, isn't it? So Śukadeva Gosvāmī says, till the point of time a person comes to the understanding that he is Atma and pursues spiritual journey, that is called confidential knowledge. That is called Guhya knowledge. That means a person who has become learned in Guhya knowledge has only one subject matter to search for, the spiritual aspect. Because he knows rest all the things will not satisfy me at all. Whatever it may be, the satisfaction the world can offer me is a tiny speck of a drop. This is called secret knowledge. Right? Someone is, see, like all of us know it, but it is for us to accept it and apply it. It's such an open secret that we could miss it. But he says yes. The point it's open secret is we know it, but still we are not able to take it. Yes, because that's the point I'm saying. We know it that this is the important stuff, but still we're not able to take it up. Still we get absorbed by thousands of subject matters, and the society, friendship, love keeps us overwhelmed in our situations. Yes or no? We are like, in a well. We don't know how to get out of it, isn't it? But someone who understands the secret that, I'm caught in this world and actually I need to get out of it. And that's my reality, which I need to pursue. And the real good I can do is to awaken others also to this Ātma-tattva. This is called secret knowledge, right? Isn't it? Just like you become more awakened, your longings change. Makes sense what I'm saying? Just like when you're a small child, what is your longing? I want chocolates. I don't know, maybe children like chocolates. The only goal in life is if I could somehow impress my parents and get bunch of chocolates. Right? But then when you grow up in knowledge, even of this world, then your longings become, maybe if I could have, a vehicle, I can have this. Then if you grow more, your cognizance grows, then you says, maybe I can have, and then you grow, then you will see your demand becomes, you don't become satisfied. Like if you've grown up, now they say, beta, in your childhood you like chocolates, here are chocolates. Yeah, what is this? This is not life. There's so much to life. Okay, for chocolates, no problem, we'll have that also. So like that, a person, the more he becomes awakened, the domains that he longs for will become higher. So person who has awakened to Ātma-tattva, his domain is like the universe and crossing the universe. Right now we can all have expectation that at least I should become influential in India. I should at least be a listed person somewhere. Right? And if you're India famous, then you realize I should be listed in Asia, and I should be listed in, Europe, America. And then when you're listed in the world, then you may say, I should be listed in the heavens. Till that time, we will not even say कि मेरा number वहां आना चाहिए. Because पहले भारत के frontier को तो cross करें. Isn't it? At that level. But then the fact of life is, if you understand the secret that actually you are not meant for a tournament of this world, you are much more influential than what you're thinking. And you have a much better journey than what you have taken. So this is called Ātma-tattva. And that is, and definitely, as Yashpru is making a point, we need association of spiritual master, the Shastras and devotees to be able to take this in our lives seriously and make a journey. Now this is the knowledge of the soul, Guhya. And what is Guhya Tara knowledge? That means more secret. What is a secret more than this? Right? The secret more than this is the knowledge of the Paramātmā. Right? Paramātmā is knowledge. What is that knowledge? The knowledge where you understand that in the body, every jiva, like, in a particular body, how many people are there in the body? Obviously, you may say unlimited, because there's so many other organisms also in a body, in our body. How many personalities are there primarily? Huh? Two. Who is the first? Who is the second? Yes. Ātma-tattva means I understand I'm not the body. And you go to a Guhyatara knowledge, you understand there is one more person staying with me. Right? I'm not staying alone. Did you know that? You're not staying alone in your body. You're sharing your body with another person. And who is the other person? Paramātmā, Krishna's local manifestation. आप अकेले नहीं हो. आपके साथ परम आत्मा हर समय है. Who is running this body? Not you. It's the Paramātmā. It said that the Shastras explain the example of a bird, two birds on a tree. Kathopanishad says there is a tree and there are two birds. One bird is the soul and the other bird is Paramātmā. And this soul bird, which is called Jivatma, is busy jumping on different branches to eat different fruits, sometimes bitter, sometimes sweet, sometimes sours, and have different experiences in life. And the other bird is busily watching the colorful trajectory of the other bird. Make sense? He's seeing the bird jump to one branch, that means one desire, and then sometimes he gets the fruit, sometimes he doesn't get the fruit, or he gets the fruit and the fruit is bitter. Oh, why did I do this? Then jumps to another branch, right? And then he eats a sweet fruit. Oh, I think it's hopeful. Then he goes to another one. So there are enough sweet fruits to keep you hopping in the branch. Like by the time you get frustrated, these are all sour and bitter fruits. You will eat one sweet one and says, no, 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 there's hope in this world. It's not so hopeless, right? And then when the body changes, then the super soul helps you to go to another tree. So he says the secret is to understand how I'm not the body, I'm journeying, and more secret is to understand there's one more person with me who is watching what I'm doing. And the Shastra explains that other bird is the owner. Who is the other bird? The owner. And who is the jiva? The tenant. We are the tenants in this body. And who is the owner of the body? The Paramātmā. Why are we the tenants? We won't going to stay only for some time. We'll have to leave and then search another house. Right? But who is the owner of all these houses? The Paramātmā. So he says the purpose of life is when the Jiva bird turns to the Paramātmā bird and starts having exchanges. Right? That's called Guhyatara, more secret knowledge. Right? That means we turn to Paramātmā and we have interactions. You understand? So the first level of realization is you understand that the subject matters of this world are rank 2. Rank 1 is Ātma-tattva. The higher knowledge is, oh, I have a personality staying with me in my house. Let's explore in the relationship. That's called Guhyatara knowledge. Right? So till now, we have been talking about Krishna, his opulences, and various other things. And what is Guhyatama knowledge? Guhyatama knowledge is what we're going to speak in this chapter, which is to fall in love with Krishna. What is Guhyatama knowledge? To fall in love. To know somebody is good, but to fall in love with that person is like the most close it can get to. Because love means it's like you're offering your full self. Anything for you, darling. I can do anything. If you tell me to go get the moon, go get the stars, I'm ready. Anything to make you happy. Love means uh, you don't keep anything reserved for you. If you keep something reserved for you in the exchange, then it's not full on love. Sometimes in relationship it happens. I think you're keeping something and you're not telling. It says people in love want full on to make it unalloyed. Right? So that's called Guhyatama. So Krishna in this chapter is speaking about that exchanges, right? Of falling in love with Krishna. And bhakti actually is bhakti is about falling in love with Krishna. Huh? Yes. So what are we doing while we come together every week? We're discussing how can we fall in love with Krishna. We're getting trained. We're kind of understanding the lover and trying to understand the traits of the lover so that we can have exchanges with the personality. Like we were talking the other day in chapter 8, that make Krishna your family. Right? Just like you love your family to the core. All of us love our families to the core. Raise your hands if you do so, or may not be. Everyone's raising hands. So Krishna becomes your family. At least Krishna first begins to be part of your family. Like you have 3 members, 4 members in the family, you have one more member, new member introduced. Who's that? Krishna. So just like you spend time with 4 members of your family, you also need to spend time with the new joinee in your family. Who's that? Krishna. If in your family you don't give time to somebody, what do they say? They say, no need to come home. If you don't care, don't need to come home. People, if you don't give people attention, especially the people you love, do they feel disturbed? Huh? Yes. So, Krishna is saying, you make me your family. Just like you give best time to your family, give me also your best devotional, best heartful moments to me also. Isn't that reality? But yes, today this exchange of ours with Krishna seems, not so much awakened, right? It seems like, are you sure we should be doing this? The other experiences seem very real, and this experience seems not so real, not so real. But this is because of our uh, dreamy state of reality, where we're not able to see the reality in full course, isn't it? Uh, this is our original reality, but it's covered over. It's covered over right now. So, the process of bhakti is to awaken our original calling of love. Like when you chant Hare Krishna, come together, we're trying to awaken our love for Krishna. And it's not that you're awakening something which is not yours, it's already there in your heart, but we have forgotten. We are trying to awaken. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhika Banoy Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Karo Uday. The more we hear the holy name, hear about Krishna, that love becomes awakened. Right? So every day when we make it a practice to chant Hare Krishna and hear about Krishna, we are actually kind of reviving our affection for Krishna. And you will see, if we are very regularly doing our Shravanam Kirtanam, at least a connection is maintained. And the moment you break it, then again you see that there's a lapse. Isn't that so? Right? So Krishna in this chapter 9 is actually going to make heartful requests of love. Right? My dear Arjun, how much how much you really mean to me, how much every jiva means to me. So that is why this chapter is called as Guhyatama knowledge, because Krishna is speaking about how you can love him, how you can fall in love with him. Obviously, for all of us, it may seem, Prabhu, ye to hum aapse shuru se sunte aa rahe hain. That's because of Prabhupada. It's Prabhupada's mercy that Prabhupada is introducing us the highest subject, day one. Though day one, when it is introduced, it may not make so much sense to us. As we keep spending time, we understand, Hare, kya bola tha? Right? But Prabhupada is actually coaching us in the same time. But this chapter especially is Guhyatama knowledge. And Krishna is giving this knowledge. And Krishna says that I'm giving this knowledge to you, Arjuna, because you're not envious of me. So the most important, the first quality that we need to make a relationship with Krishna is not be envious. Now one may say, Prabhuji, what are you talking? Why will I be envious of Krishna? But you will see, just like Kamsa was envious of Krishna. What did he do? He told everyone, kill Krishna when he's born. When Krishna missed out, he said, kill all the children in the vicinity. And he sent Putana to kill them. And he sent so many to kill Krishna. So Prabhupada says, similarly, you see the modern civilization, the philosophers, the scientists, they're trying to kill Krishna's existence. Atheism or other distractive deviations. Killing the Lord's, the every jiva's propensity of devotion and distracting that devotion to something materialistic. Uh, in India, it may not be so much of atheism, but it's so much of hedonism. Hedonism is, yes, God is there, but how does it care for my life? Yes, I understand ये पूरी सृष्टि का निर्माण कोई किए होंगे, कोई एनर्जी की होगी, बट मेरे जीवन में इसका क्या लेना देना? I have more important things to worry about. This is hedonistic civilization, where people apparently, that's another way of atheism, right? So there is heavy effort put in this world to make people, to make Lord Ram banish from our heart, right? And that's because of envy, and we also have that, issues in the relationship, due to which it takes time, right? So at least we work on that envy by developing appreciation. If you become envious of someone, one of the way to improve in that relationship is you start serving that person, appreciating that person, and seeing the good things about that person. Then you start having less issues with that person. Make sense? So similarly, Prabhupada and the acharyas helping us appreciate Krishna, tell us Krishna is not so bad, Krishna is so lovable, and develop our appreciation. And we also get an opportunity to serve Krishna. So then we work on that aspect which is keeping us away, right? So there are a lot of issues in our heart, a lot of doubts that are sitting in our heart that keep us from taking to Krishna, right? So that is why, as we grow up in Krishna consciousness, we really work hard to deal with our heart and cleanse it consciously. And if there are issues, if there are other aspects, we work on them, because that's keeping us away from Krishna. So Krishna says, "Oh Arjuna, because you're not envious of me, that's why you will be able to appreciate what I'm saying." Someone you don't appreciate, if they tell you something about themselves, does anyone care? He says, "I'm going to fall asleep now because I don't care about you." Like that. So Krishna, but still Krishna, through Arjuna, is letting us all know, even at the cost of the aspect that maybe we will take him for granted. Make sense? Usually you don't want to speak your things to someone who may take you for granted. But Krishna is so desperate in love to get all of us back, he still takes that risk. Right? But yet there are devotees to safeguard and give us. So uh, this is a prelude to what we will talk in the chapter of most confidential knowledge. Jai Srimad Bhagavad-gītā ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai.